album is a piece of storytelling where we chose animals and we personified them with stories of humans guised as stories of animals.
The instrument I played on Rooster is called a turbo diddly. It's a cigar box. It's made by this guy named Craig Shane from Walla Walla, Washington.
Tireless work, and it's work that you do because you love it and you do it for future generations, which is what this lyric says at some point, you know. A paso fijo sigo mi labor, you know. It changes at that point, which means at a slow pace, I continue my work, you know. So there's a shift in personification, like it goes from third person to first person at that point.
Mira que regresa el maldito y viene con la mano llenita.
One of the songs that I brought the initial musical idea for was Hallenbeck Ganso. I had written kind of like a motif and some chords and like a basic song structure. And when I wrote it, I had been thinking of a pata, which is a female duck. It's that how funny like ducks are when they walk, this little dance. And I figured that the way that the music moves is kind of like a little duck walking and dancing. So I brought it into the writing session, and then, you know, the band Quetzalized it, you know, the process of Quetzalization.
Ardilla. Ardilla is a song, well, all these songs are very personal, of course, but you know, the lyrics anyway are speaking about constantly yearning for things, you know, and feeling like the need to acquire things.
So yeah, so that little opening riff for Coyote Hustle, I guess there's a lot of songs Smith songs I could relate it to, but you know, The Boy with the Thorn in His Side would be one. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Right, Boy with the Thorn in His Side, or even like the Beatles. You know, Mother Nature's Son, right? So it's that guitar, it's that 12-string guitar thing. It just kind of puts you in that space to play those kind of things.
But we had just taken a trip, and we were coming back at Union Station. We were at Union Station, and I saw 2 city pigeons on a landing. And on this landing, one of them was really one of those city tore up pigeons with oil in its feathers and just club-footed, limping. And there was another like female pigeon, very nice, not so tore up. And this other pigeon started sort of dancing, trying to get her attention, and got really fluffy and was like dancing around, basically trying to get some loving.
The beginning of the album, the flow of the air, the music, the sound of it is channeled in a harmonically in a really consonant, sonorous sort of way. And throughout the album, it goes a lot of different places. And by the time it gets to this tune, Spider's Lament, it's sort of spread out into a really kind of like effed up sounding melody.
And you see, when you hear the song, you see the song goes from ternary to binary to ternary to binary. And it's sort of like that. It's always flying all around. An example, I'll illustrate that. Going from ternary, which is emphasis on 3, to binary, emphasis on 2 or 4. So when it begins, it goes like, it bent to the wind, right? And then, by the light of the moon, right? And then when it's time to go to the verse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then to steady breast coco. So you know, we're back in like primordial state, and then fly, fly, little butterfly, no? I'm not a singer.
So tecolote a tecolote is a búho for other cultures, or an owl, and the tecolote in our culture is is a messenger, is a predator, and usually if you see a tecolote, it's sort of like an omen, like where it's like it could be a good or bad thing, but mostly it's something you need to be wary of, or you need to be careful about.
In Perro Caliente, the end of the song was something that I'd been messing around with on a loop pedal, and without thinking about what the harmonies were, it's just sort of something that that I came upon, and I figured I'll just bring this into the guys and see, you know, and into the band and see what everybody thinks about it. And people were like, oh yeah, that's cool. So then we had to figure out how's the front end of this song gonna go. And everybody had some ideas, and Martha said, oh, something came to me, this is gonna be about a horny dog, a dog in heat. And I thought that was really funny, you know? And you know, she's sort of calling out this you know, dogs are in heat, but you know, men and women are in heat too.
Well, everybody, you know, contributed, you know, 1 or 2 songs or 3 songs, however many, to the album, like, meaning that they brought the idea into the band. You know, and we all definitely had a part of, you know, the composition of each song, but every band member had an idea specifically that they brought in. So I wanted to kind of represent each band member, but we didn't necessarily have to like choose the mask that, you know, that went with the song idea that we brought in. It wasn't necessarily like that. So, you know, I just figured I would make them and then let everybody just choose which one, you know, they wore. And it ended up kind of being that they chose the one that they, you know, that went with the idea that they brought in.